What's up guys, this is Yao here and you're welcome to the third lesson under the Twi Pronouns playlist. Coming right up. Hello again. If this is your first time here, you are welcome to the official YouTube channel of LEARNAKAN.com. This channel is dedicated to helping you to read, write, and speak the Akan language of Ghana. Please consider subscribing while you are here, and if you find any of our lessons useful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and then leave a comment in the comment section below. Alright, so under the Twi Pronouns playlist, we have so far gotten to know what pronouns are, why we use them. We have looked at some examples of Twi pronouns and also the types of pronouns that we have. And from our last video, we also got to know about Twi subject pronouns. Okay, if you missed any of that, I'll leave direct links in the description box below. You probably should check them out before you continue with this lesson. So we got to know from that last video lesson that the term subject is used to refer to an entity that performs the main action in a sentence or is being something in that sentence, and that it is when a pronoun is used to perform this subject function that we call that particular pronoun the subject pronoun. So we've been talking about action here, action there, action here, action there, right? But the thing is, actions are mostly performed on something. Okay, so for example, if we go back and look at the example from our previous lesson, Kofi eats rice. Okay, we identified Kofi as a subject because Kofi was the one performing the action of the eating. Okay, but then how about the rice? It was the rice that was being eaten. It was the rice that was receiving the action of the verb, the eating. Okay, and it is such entities that receive the actions of verbs in sentences. Okay, like rice in this case. So entities that are acted upon by the subject's actions, that we refer to as objects. And just as with the subject, if a pronoun is used to perform this object function, so in other words, if a pronoun is used in a sentence and that pronoun is receiving the action of the main verb or is being acted upon by the subject's actions, then we refer to that particular pronoun as the object pronoun. So in English, the personal pronouns that we have, they take on different forms depending on whether they are used as subject pronouns or as object pronouns. Okay, so that is why we have, for example, I as a subject pronoun, but then we have me as an object pronoun, and you can't use them interchangeably. No. So I can say, for example, I kicked the ball, right? But I can't say me kicked the ball. No. Because in English, me is an object pronoun and cannot be seen to be performing the main action of the verb in a sentence. All right. And in the same breath, I can say she likes me, right? But I can't say she likes I. Why? Because I is a subject pronoun in English and cannot be seen to be receiving the action of the verb instead. All right. So now that hopefully you understand what subject pronouns are and what object pronouns are and the differences in between, let's go ahead and list the object pronouns that we have in Twi. So we have me, wo, no, and again no, yen, mo, and finally we have one. So you can tell that apart from no as him or her and no as it, the object pronouns in Twi have the same forms as the subject pronouns. Correct? And even with those two, the no as him or her and no as it, we only deleted the first vowels the vowels that are present with the subject pronouns. We only deleted them because in Twi, if a word begins with a vowel, okay, and follows another word that ends in a vowel, we tend to delete the first vowel of that second word. Okay, so if you have a word that ends in a vowel, okay, and another word is following and that word starts with a vowel, we tend to delete that first vowel of that second word. And this is almost always the case. Why? Because most Twi words end in vowels, okay, and that is why we have taken the liberty to delete the first o in ono and the first e in eno, right? Because object pronouns do not begin sentences. They will most likely come after a word. And if that word is most likely going to end in a vowel, then we might as well delete the vowels to ensure a smooth speech, all right? And that is why in normal speech, I am likely going to say meye kyerɛkyerɛni and not meye ɔkyerɛkyerɛni, even though ɔkyerɛkyerɛni is the full word, and I wouldn't be wrong to use, for example, meye ɔkyerɛkyerɛni, right? But in normal speech, I am most likely going to go with meye kyerɛkyerɛni to ensure a smooth flow, right? Now let's go ahead and use the Twi object pronouns in some sentences. So we have maame bo me, maame bo me, mafewo, mafewo, Kofi dono, Kofi dono, okuyanino ebuno, okuyanino ebuno, Papa suma yen, Papa suma yen, Ama esisimo, Ama esisimo, Kwajo adada won, Kwajo adada won. And to end today's lesson, let's look at 2 points to note about these object pronouns. And the first one is that it doesn't matter whether or not you use any of these pronouns as the direct object or the indirect object. Its form will remain the same. Okay, so whether you use any of these pronouns as the direct object or the indirect object, its form will not change. Okay, so we can have a sentence like Kofi ton yen ma won. All right, Kofi ton yen ma won. All right, so as you can see, yen here is the direct object and it's still yen, right? And won is the indirect object and it's still won. Okay, and we can also have a sentence like Odeno che me, Odeno che me, and it works, right? The second point to note is that unlike the subject pronouns, we do not combine object pronouns with verbs in writing. Okay, so if you recall from our previous lesson, we said that if a verb directly follows a subject pronoun, we combine the subject pronoun and the verb into a unit in writing. Okay, but this is not the case with object pronouns. So whether or not there is a verb directly following the object pronoun, you still do not combine the object pronoun and the verb into a unit in writing. You write them separately. And this is where we draw the curtains on today's lesson. I hope you found it useful. If you did find it useful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and then leave a comment in the comment section below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so, okay? And you'll find the text version of this and other lessons on www.learnakan.com. And if you need to look up a word in Twi, you can always visit www.mytwidictionary.com and we'll have you covered. Hope to see you next time.